coverage about the page object model. Okay, so only thing that we need to do is we have to yeah, so the only thing that we have to do is we just have to, if you remember how the page object model works, we write pages, right, and then we write tests. Do you remember that? So we write pages and then we write tests, just like your Java class. Okay, so for every you write a class, then you have public getters and setters, and then basically create the object of that class and then execute the methods. Exactly the same core Java way we will be doing the page object model. Okay, so now see login page is there. So in the login page, what we have done, so basically we have every class will have a constructor like this. Remember this. That's all. And then every web element on the page. So what we will do here is, let me just walk you through that for a moment. So every web element is declared as a private, global variable. Just like all the variables are private, right? So all the global variables are private. That is when you write public getters and setters. So what we're going to declare in the login page, I want to use this, I want to use this, I want to use this. So I've declared all of them as private. See, all of them as private. Now, how do you want to find this username? That is what you have to define using an annotation @findBy. You don't have to write every time driver.findElement by.xpath and all that, not required. So this is a web element. You want to locate this web element using this xpath or name or ID, whatever it is. Likewise, this is a password. You want to go by name. For OK button, this is ID. This you remember. For every web element, you define the locator strategy and use @findBy annotation. Okay, and then you write the methods. See here, set username, set password. Click on OK button. When you click on OK button, it should return you an object of the new page, because once you click on OK button, you will go to home page. So that method should return you an object of home page. Okay, remember that. So whenever there's a transition, when you're moving from, let us say, one page to another page, that last method should return you an object of the new page. That is the main key here. That is the only thing you need to understand. Okay. Now, so home page. See here in the home page also what we are doing, we are writing a constructor. We are writing a constructor. Okay, this driver is not required. Not required. Not required. Okay, because see, if you write base class, right, all these problems will be resolved. Only thing is we are not writing base class. That's why we are having that. Okay. Otherwise, all of them are not required. Some of the steps will go away. So we managed to write without base class. That's why there is a small issue here. So now see, in the case of home page, what you want to do, you want to click on logout link and verify logout link. After logging in, you want to verify the logout link. Correct, right? So once you log in, you want to verify whether the logout link is displayed or not. And then you want to click on the logout link. That's all, and come out. Okay. So now the only thing here is when you come to tests here. See, test, in the test what we do. In the test what we do, we launch the browser. This is the first method. I call launch browser. Launch browser, browser is launched and then the web driver is defined as a global variable. After that, I'm creating an object of the login page. Correct, right? You remember? So you create the object of the login page. What you need to pass? You need to pass web driver instance to that. Correct? Because the login page constructor takes the object of web driver. So you need to pass that. So you're passing it, and then you're saying set username, set password. Then you're clicking on the OK button. Once you click on the OK button, so this basically will give you an object of home page. Now home page also needs to take the object of the driver. Every page needs to take the object of the driver as a constructor argument, right? Because you have to construct that page, right? And it will initialize all the elements. So in our case, because we are not using the base class, what you have to do here is, when you click on the login button over here, see here, so when you click on the login button over here, you should basically pass the driver to it. You need to pass the driver to it. Otherwise, it will not get driver. So, because if the driver is defined as a global variable and everything is extending from the base class, every class will get driver. But here it is not the case. We are not extending base class. If you extend base class, this is not required. Okay, remember that. So what I'm doing is in the click OK button method, I'm passing the driver. And in the home page, I need to pass driver. That's why it's required. Otherwise, it was not required. Now, home page object is also created with the driver. The moment home page object is created, all the elements of the home page are initialized. That's what is the meaning. You need to pass driver because of that. Once you basically construct that page, object of that page class, all the elements are initialized. Okay. So that means all the elements are initialized and they are stored here. Logout link is stored here. Only logout link is what we are using. So this is what we had to do. We were missing that day because we were not passing the driver. That's why it was throwing a null pointer. So shall we run it now? Let us see. Yeah, let us see. Hopefully this should work. Okay. Okay. Monday is usually a little difficult to start. Yeah, so correct, right? You all agree? You spent whole weekend and suddenly Monday starts, new week. Yeah, so it needs some push. Correct. And I realized only today morning when I got up, some of these things were not working for your batch. Then I sat and then tried resolving it. It took a lot of time. I did not want to waste the time here. And that time was wasted there, spent there. Now see here, logout link came, display and gone over. Everything is working fine. So only thing that day we were missing is for login page you are passing driver. For home page also you need to pass driver. So where is the home page object getting created? On this method. On this method, that's why this method also should take the driver. It goes here and that driver is passed to the home page. That's it. So only thing is everywhere you need a driver. That's all. Everywhere you need a driver. Then everything will work as it is. Is this clear? So I think I've shared this yesterday night with you. So just check this code out and download the code and try to run it. Very, very important. At least if you know one page, it is sufficient. At least you can tell that you know how to design a framework using the page object model approach. So for every modules, you can write pages. That's all. And run methods. Create the objects, invoke the methods. Create the objects, invoke the methods. Okay. So that is how it is. This is also one of the very important and popular frameworks that people are using nowadays. Okay, so you should know about it. What I want from all of you is, see, we are not using base class here. And data also, see, we are hard coding here. Ideally, from where you should take the data? Maybe from Excel file or from a data provider, right? So logs we are not writing here. All of that is not there. I want you to integrate that hybrid framework with this so that you use the page object model approach and then all the capturing the screenshots, writing the logs, writing the results. That features are already there in the hybrid framework. You can make use of that. Okay, once you write base class, all of them will come down. Can you try to do that? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Vijeta, are you getting what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vijeta, I could not hear you.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so basically the power of hybrid framework you need to add into this page object model. Okay, we have not added it. I will add that and share that with you. Don't worry, but you can just try on your own. Okay, but did you understand the page object model, how it works and how it is different from the regular framework, Vijeta?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Sangeeta, how about you?
Yeah, I understood.
You missed the last class.
Yeah, I went through the video, but
okay, excellent. So did you get to know what is the difference in the approach?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Saiful, how about you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sunita, did you understand what is page object model? Very important. Very important for both of you who are already in the industry. Customize the clear page object model. Yeah. Okay. So now this is what is the page object model. Just create different pages and then you just write tests, login tests, home pages like that. Then you create the objects and then invoke the methods. That's all. Now if you integrate this with all the data and base class and all that, then it will become very powerful. Yeah, so just try doing that. I will do that and share it with you. Okay, don't worry. But if you know how the page object design pattern works, then it is sufficient. And you please mention that in your resume. Add that you know about hybrid framework and page object model framework. Okay, that will add a lot of weightage, believe me. Now, let us go one step further. Okay, let me close on this.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Say we are using your Excel sheet to, import data in this page object model and in hybrid.
Correct.
What if we are using an external database in case?
Correct. So good question. So if you are reading the data from a database, right, sometimes it happens that your data is in, stored in maybe in a MongoDB or MySQL database. So what you have to do in that case? So whatever we are doing, right, whatever method we have written to read the data from the Excel file, so the same method you have to replace it by reading it from the database. See, ultimately the source of data where you are storing the data, whether it's a property file, Excel file, data provider, or it's a database. So that is something that you have to decide in the beginning. Now we have decided to go with Excel. If you are deciding to go with a database, then you have to write a method which can read from database and store the data somewhere, wherever you want it to store, right? So that you have to write that, code. Okay, so what I will do is I will just try to install a small database here, maybe MySQL, and I'll show it to you how to read the data from the database and store it into your methods. You remember we have written two methods here. What are those two methods? So let me just come back. Okay, so if you see here, so what we were doing, we are basically, we have the data in the form of Excel sheet. Correct? All of you agree? And we have the locator data also in the form of Excel sheet. Correct? What are we doing? In the before suit method, what are we doing? We are taking all this and storing it into a map. And even the test data, locator data, as well as test data. What we are doing, we are reading it from a file and then storing it in a map. Do you remember that? We have done that. And whenever in our test case, what we are doing, we are just taking it out from this map and using it. So instead of reading the data from the Excel and storing it in the map, you have to read from the database and then store it in the map. Rest all remains the same. Only the source of data changes there. Okay. So hope you remember that, Sangeeta, we discussed it, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. So only thing that changes here is the source of data source. That's all. Okay. So if you know how to read the data from a database, then rest all remains same. I will show you how to read data from a database also. Don't worry.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So now see here in the SRC test Java, we had a base class, right? In the base class, the first method, what we were doing, which was the first method? On start. Correct, right? On start or before suit. Okay. If you're using listeners, it is on start. So before suit we've commented on start. So forget about extent. I'll explain you extent report. What is that? So on start, see here, get a test data from Excel file and storing it in a map, and get locator data from Excel file and storing it in a map. See here what we are doing. We are adding that into a map, right? Input map. This is what we did long back. You remember? When we started discussing the framework. So the first thing that you have to do is read all the data and put it into a map so that you don't have to read the data every time. Otherwise, you have to open Excel every file and then read it. Okay. So that is what we did discussed in the first class. Do you remember that? Swati, you remember? Prasanna, remember? Sangeeta, you remember that? This one?
Yes, I remember.
Okay. So this is what we need to do. Now, only change here is instead of this Excel, you will get a database here. That's all. That is the only difference. Rest all remains the same. Okay, is that clear now, Sangeeta?
Yeah.
Okay. Vijayata, you have any questions?
No, I don't have.
Okay. Saiful, any questions?
No.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Swati, Sana. Okay. See, because these are important. Okay, so even though we are late and struggling with the time, don't keep all that things in the mind. Just come out of that and try to focus on the syllabus. Okay, so those things will be there, part of your course. Yeah, so you need to understand the syllabus. That is important. Topics you need to understand. Okay, so why I'm telling you is I have seen this, right? So many batches, yeah, 10 years. So it happens. Sometimes, you know, you struggle a little bit, but focus should not be deviated. Okay. Now, so this Maven also, what was the mistake, you know, we were doing? Silly mistake. Instead of this test engine, okay, first thing is, when you use this form.xml, you have to use the latest plugin. That is one mistake they were doing on Saturday. Okay, that's why it was not running Friday. Yeah, so remember, you just have to use testng 6.10, and then you have to use the Surefire plugin that we were using. Do you remember? So this plugin should be of this version. This was the two mistake. That is what was, you know, making us not to run. I updated them, and then the file name is testng.xml. Here the file name was incorrectly. It was testng.xml here. It was wrong here. There was X. Okay, testng.xml. That is why it was not running. Now everything is proper. Everything is resolved. I will share this project again with you. You can just download. It will work. No worries at all. Okay. So there some silly typos were causing the problem. Yeah. So if you use these versions, dependencies, you know why Maven is used. Dependency injection. If you use all of them, then everything should work. Okay. Fine. Now it will work. If I run it, it will work. Now what we are trying to discuss today is we want to talk about extent reporting. What is this extent reporting? So now tell me, this reporting is a very, very important feature of any test automation framework, right? Because management wants to see the report and see how many executed, how many passed, how many failed. So TestNG gives you a default report. We have seen that emailable report, right? It gives you some report, which is okay, but it is not that fascinating. You know, UI and all dashboard is not that great. So there's a person by name Anshul Arora, Indian. So what he has done, he's a Java, you know, UI developer. So he thought, you know, let me just try to give some fancy reporting, right? So he's very good in JavaScript and UI designing and all that. So that guy has started developing this, and it has become so popular. And thanks to him, he has made it open source. He has a paid version also, but there is an open source version also. If you want, you know, basically go to a what is that? A commercial edition. Then you have to buy the license. But otherwise, most of the things are there in the open source format also, version also. So what we have to do? We have to download the extent report. There's a jar available. What, you know, where to do that? And thanks to this guy, yeah. Let me just show it to you. So it's all open source, okay? One is showing we are using, and you know, we are showing somebody else is using, like that. So okay, what are the steps? What are the steps? The steps are steps for extent reporting. Download the extent jar. Okay, you need to download the extent jar. And if you're using Maven, just give the dependency, that's all. If you're using the Maven form.xml, you don't have to download the extent jar. You just have to give that as a dependency in the form.xml. Correct, right? Form.xml will manage that. So which dependency we are using? I will show you. For extent report, this is the dependency which is required. Okay, copy. Okay. See here, this is the dependency. I need to put that in my form.xml file. This will download the extent report jar and add it to my project. The way we are adding Selenium jars, TestNG jars, we have to add this. Is it clear? So extent report dependency we have to add. Then this is the first step. Okay, so steps: download and add the extent report jars. Maven dependencies. This, if you're going by traditional approach, you have to download the manual jars and add it to your lib folder. But because we are using Maven, we will use this. The first thing. Then, this is the first thing, remember that. TestNG, anyway, we are using TestNG 10.6.10. We are good. Okay. Now, what else? So the first thing is download the dependency and add it in the format.xml. Okay. Next step. This extend report has few things you need to remember about that. Okay. First thing, which file you want to write the extend report? Because this writes into a HTML file. Okay, it writes into a HTML file. Which is that HTML file where you want to write the extend report? You have to choose that. So what I have done here is, under my results folder, I've created a file here called as results.html. You can write any name. It's just a HTML file. This is where your extend report will start writing the report. Okay. So the first step which is required is this one. I will show you. Don't worry, step by step. After adding the dependency, what you have to do, you have to choose where you want to write the extend report, right? Choose the HTML file where you want to write the extend report. Right? In my case, this is done using this. Extend reporter is equal to new extend HTML reporter, because you're using HTML reporting, and you have to give the path where you want to write the results to, right? So where do we want to write the results? Now tell me, we want to write the results here, right? What is the location? src test results and results.html. I will choose this. Let me update this now. See what I will do here. I will just update the path. So where is my extend report? src test java. See here, src test results, not data. Results, right? Results. So Java, then results, then report.html. So you need to create the object of the extend reporter. That's the first step. And what you need to tell? You need to tell where you will be writing the results. This is the first step. Are you getting it? Download the jars, and this is the first step. So what I will do now is, I will copy this because I want to write the reports. I will put that over here. See what I've done? Can you just see this? What I'm doing here? Extend reporter is equal to new extend reporter of the HTML file. So the moment this class is loaded, I'm declaring this as a global variable. The moment the class is loaded, the object is already created. See all the global variables, right? The moment you the class started, all these global variables will be loaded. The moment it is loaded means what? This object is created here. The reporter object is created. Clear? First step. Create the object of the extend reporter class. The constructor will take the report file as the argument. And this is the first step. First step is what? Create the object of the extend reporter, extend HTML reporter, because we are writing HTML reporter. So what is that clear? Yeah, this is the first step. Next step. Next step is you need to create the object of the extend reports. There are two classes. See here, I'm just going to write the comment so that you understand. Create the object of extend reporter class and pass the report file path as the constructor argument. This is the first step you have to do. This is how you do it. Let me copy this. You can watch the video again so that you will get the clarity. This is the first step. All of you understand what we are doing? Because we are just creating. See, that guy has already written classes. You don't have to worry. Create the object and use it. That's all. Which object you have to create? HTML, extend HTML reporter class object you have to create. This is the first step. Next step, what you have to do? Create the object of extend reports class. So this is the next thing. So your JVM will run this line and it would have created the object of this class. We are doing it at the static level, right, at the class level. And then we are creating the object of the extend reports class. Once this is done, then what is this? This is the third step. Define the global variable for extended test. So these are the 3 steps you need to remember. That's all. Only 3 steps are there. You just need to remember. So what are the things that you remember? One is extend HTML reporter. So this is one class. So you have to create the object of this in the class level, just below, just where you declare your global variables. This object is created. Then which object you have to create? Extend report object. Second step is what? Extend reports object you have to create. You create that. Third step is you need to define a global variable of the type extended text. So extended text. So only there are 3 things. Extended text. Extend HTML reporter, extend reports, and then extended test. That's all. Just to create these 3 objects, and then it will take care. Rest all it will take care to keep on writing the results. Let us see how to write. Okay. Is this clear? 3 steps are clear. Extend report HTML, extend reports, then extend the test. This is what it is. Okay. Extend report will tell you which is the report file where you want to write the report. Okay. And then extend reports. Basically, these reports will make use of this file and start writing the reports. Extend to test means when a test starts, when a test ends, all the data which is before, between test start and test end will be returned to this report file. Just understand these 3 steps for now. Don't worry about that. Now, we have done that. Then, so this is little interesting. Please focus here. This is little tricky. Just understand this. Okay. So what are the objects we have created? Extend report HTML, extend reporter, then extend a test. Extend test means just defined. We are not created as such. So first step, the fourth step is what? You need to attach the reporter. Just to see here. Be with me here. See, this is a report, and we are trying to use HTML, right? So we have to say, okay, boss, please use this reporter. Please use this reporter. How do you achieve it? You have to attach. The next step is attaching. Just to see here, the first step that we are doing here is what? Extend dot attach reporter. This reporter. Why we have to do that? We have to tell that boss, please use the HTML reporter for writing the results. So that means we have to attach the HTML report to this reporter, because this reporter is what going to write. So what is the reporter? This is the reporter. Are you getting it? So remember this, that's all. Don't have to see, that is the beauty of Java. Somebody has already given the class. So we just need to create the objects and use it. That's all. You don't have to worry at all. So this step, this step, this step. And then when you start your execution, the first thing that you have to do is attach the report. We are attaching. Where is that we are attaching? We are attaching here. On start, we are attaching here. Okay, so let me just write it. Attaching the reporter to attaching the HTML reporter to extend reports. Okay, so this is just an additional bonus for you. Okay, I have not spoken about these reports in the earlier batches, right? So you are lucky you're getting this also. Yeah, so make use of this. Attaching the reporter, that is HTML reporter, extend HTML reporter class reporter to to extend reports. That means whatever report file you have chosen, you have to just attach. Write these steps, that's all. Then, now see here. So what has happened now? What has happened here is we have created the report file, and we have said that we have created the report file here, and then we created the extend HTML reporter object we created, then extend reporter object we have created, and then we attached. After attaching, then it will start writing that. Whatever you say, it will start writing. Now, to start, you have to say that there is a test which is getting started and then test which is getting ended. So between this test start and test end, whatever you write, that will be written. Okay? Little tricky confusion, but just see here. Extend dot. What is this extend? This one. Extend dot. Like next step is create a test. So whatever you want to write, it has to be between create a test and end a test. Create a test and stop test. Before that, whatever you write in between that, all of that goes into the HTML report. Okay? Okay, let us do one thing. I think you're getting confused here, I know. Okay, the steps are at least clear what you have to do. Yes, steps are clear. We will again revisit this, don't worry. Now I am creating a test. Whatever I create as a test, right? Till the time I stop the test, whatever logs you write, that will keep on writing to the extend report. Okay? So, in the case of write logs, what we were doing? We were saying write logs and writing the logs. Do you remember log4j? But in the case of extend report, if you want to write to the extend report, what you have to do is, you have to create an object of this class. Can you just see it? This one. This is what we have defined. Last one. Extend test. Extend test is getting started here. This is a little new thing, so we just have to understand and use it. That's the only thing we can do. Okay, entire suite is getting started. And then if you say log, see, this is not your write logs. This is basically okay. Wait. Yeah. So I will explain you once again, maybe very soon, but don't worry too much right now. So create a test is done. Extend logger.log. So this is what you are writing. I will share this code, then you will understand. Only thing that we have to do is in the before test. That is before start, on start. All the objects basically related to extend report are done here. Okay. And then, okay, let us assume that we have done all this. Yeah, we have done all this. Don't worry about the code. Now, whenever there is a test case starting, so whenever there is a test case starting, you have to say what? Create a test. Remember this thing. Whenever the test case ends, you have to say flush. That's all. In between, whatever you write, that will go and will be returned to your HTML. Okay. So let me just show you how the report looks like. Let us run this first, okay? Let us run this boom.xml. Yeah, so let us run this. Wait. I will again explain this to you tomorrow, don't worry. Okay, so let me just try it out first. I did not get a chance to try this. I'm just using it as a Maven. Okay, and let us see how this writes. This has a beautiful report, that's all. Just to see here. So you will see some beautiful report, that's it. Right? Extend reporter HTML, extend reporter, then logger. That's all. Logger is used to write the logs to the reporter. Okay. I will again go through this once again. But for now, let us see whether it's writing the reports or not. Okay. Okay, running the suit is started. Let us see. So ultimately, we are waiting for some beautiful report to be generated. Okay, so let us see now. This is a new thing in the market. Okay, so okay, so browser has started. Whatever we have learned with respect to Maven, that is same thing. Only thing is now we are trying to add some extra reporting. That's all by using test. Not the test engine report, by using the extent report. Right? That is the only thing. For that you have to create 3-4 classes objects and then make use of some methods. That's it. Okay, so let us see how it goes. This is very useful, okay, even though it's little new in the market, but this is very, very useful. You should know how to use extent report because this will give you some beautiful report. I'll show you the report. So fascinating reports are. If everything is fine, it should write. Okay. Okay, let us see. Yeah, this test case is over now. Second test case is running. So this is all whatever we had. Only thing is we are just embedding the extent report to write some extra reports. Okay, so let us see this. Okay, this is also entering. So this is basically, yeah. Okay, so we have done assert false there. That's why I think it's failing. That's okay. So here we are expecting it to be assert false. Let us see the test case. Where is the test case here? This is 80001. Assert true. This is assert false. We're expecting it to be false. That's why it is failing. Exception is there. So execution wise, we are good. Now let us just refresh this results. Results.html is there, right? Open with browser because there is a HTML report. Can you see now? So it gives you some beautiful report. It gives you some beautiful report, and whatever logs, okay, whatever logs you are writing to the console and the log file, all of them are also got written here. Are you seeing that? See, the entire suit is failed. Okay, there is some small mistake. Otherwise, I will correct that. Can you just see here? Basically, what it's saying: 2 passed, 1 failed. Why it is saying 2 passed, 1 failed? There are only 2 tests, right? Suit is also considered as a test. The entire suit, because we have to start. See, if you want to write anything at the suit level, because we want to write, the suit is starting, suit is getting started, execution is getting started, those information, right? So we want to write all that information. See here, execution is getting started, running the before method. So these things, if you want to, make the suit also as a test case. And then login 001, login 002. Ideally, login 002 has failed. Okay. So I will just fix that. This is a small thing I got to know now. So now, what is the advantage of this? You will see all the test case related, not the login 1. You will see all the data. Whatever you have written, you will see it here like this. Log into all the steps, you will see like that. Then you will see a beautiful dashboard here. If you just go to the dashboard here, You will get test 3, pass 2, failed 1, like that. See, 2 tests pass, 1 failed. Okay, and all the logs you will be able to see. The beauty of ExtentReport is you will see all the logs. Why? Because you are writing logs here. You are writing logs here. It's everything you are writing. Okay. Then there is one more small thing is given. If you want to see in a dark theme, you just click on this. It will become a dark theme. And so beautiful reports. This is what management would like to see. Correct, right? They just want to see what has happened, what has failed. See, the exception is also here. Now you don't have to refer even your logs. Everything is part of your report. Even when a test case fails, you can capture the screenshot and put it over here. I'll show you that also. Okay. So for now, at least the good part is it is writing. I was worried whether it will write or not. So it is writing now. I will just fine tune it. Maybe we'll go through this once again in the tomorrow's class. Yeah. So that you understand how to use it. Now, can you see the beauty of this? So nice report. It will tell you how much time it has taken, all of that, right? And you get some beautiful report. Okay, this is very, very important. Yeah, I will fix this small issue and then share the code with you so that you can download and then try to use this. This has Maven, this has ExtentReport, this has test engine, everything this has this project. So if I share this with you, you should be able to use it as it is with proper reporting and all. Okay. Very, very important. We will talk about this once again in the tomorrow's class. I did not get time to go through this, but at least it's working. That's a good part. We will go through this again to understand more. Don't worry. Okay. So please won't leave. Okay. So tomorrow I'll try to be early. Okay. So yeah, we will talk about keyword-driven framework tomorrow. Okay. Don't miss the class. Yeah. All right. So I think. We will stop here. Sunita also wants to leave, and it is already time. I will just go through this again and then explain you once again in the tomorrow's class. Don't worry. All right. So Sangeeta, at least you got to know what is the value add that we are getting using this ExtentReport.
Yeah,
Sangeeta?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, it is just it is helping us with some beautiful reporting dashboard. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, Vijayta, how about you?
Yeah, I got the point. It's just
Yeah, Vijayta. Did you get to know how do we use this at least ExtentReport, some of the steps?
yeah. The steps I understood, but when I see the code, it's all confusing for me.
Like little confusing. We will go through this again tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, no worries. Saiful, how about you? Saiful,
I have confusion on code actually.
come again.
Confusion on code actually. I'm not getting the code.
I will share this code, okay, and share the video. Just go through that. Again, we will talk about the same topic tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay, Saiful? Yeah. Swati, how about you? Did you understand at least what is this? Why do we use this? Yes, you need to go through. You need to go through us. Prasanna? Go through and we will practice again so that it will be clear. Okay? Don't worry. Thanks, guys, and sorry for the late. I have to stop because students want to leave here. So I will stop here and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be early. Don't worry. Yeah, today it was really late. I will try to be a bit early tomorrow so that we can cover and see what are the topics pending. Let me tell you. Extent reporting we have covered today. Little bit we will cover again tomorrow. Keyword driven framework is what is pending. Tomorrow we will be able to cover these two. Then Jenkins on Wednesday. Cucumber Thursday. Then Git Friday. So by Friday everything will get over. Friday everything will get over. If required, maybe we'll have a QA session on this Saturday, right? So that you can, any questions you have, we can take that. Okay. But by Friday, I am planning to cover everything. So hardly another 4 more days to go. So now you have to practice. Don't be with the confused mind. I know last topics are a little tricky, and don't have that in mind, right? Just focus on whatever we have learned. Maven is important. TestNG is very important. Maven is very, very important. ExtentReport is just a plugin to generate beautiful reports. Even if you don't know ExtentReport is also fine. But if you don't know Maven, it will not work. If you don't know TestNG, that won't work. Okay, so that is important. Yeah. So let me stop here and see you tomorrow in the morning, and then we will